Okay, great. Here we are on part 3 already. Well done. You've come this far. Not far to go. Let's continue. So let's look at the rule for the positive, negative and questions. The rule is that we use the auxiliary verb did in the past simple for negative and questions. The example here is in the positive, he worked. We have seen the positive, okay? You just add ed. But in the negative, we say he didn't work. And the question, did he work? So note, did takes the infinitive form, not the past form in the negative and questions. We say he didn't work, not he didn't worked. That is bad. We say did he work, not did he worked. You see, we know that we are dealing with the past simple because the auxiliary verb did is in the past. We don't need work to appear in a past form to know that it is the past simple. A quick note, in informal English, you will hear he didn't work. In formal English, we say he did not work. He didn't work is the default form, especially in spoken English, but also in many email communications between colleagues and even non-colleagues. But if you want to present a formal face to somebody in a written communication, you would use did not. Okay, quick test on negative sentences. You should pause the video, complete it, and then we'll look at the answers together. Have you done that? Good, let's go. My mother didn't sit on a chair. Number 2. Andrew didn't take his car to work. Number 3. I didn't go to work yesterday because what's going on here? Wasn't well. Okay, we'll look at this later. Mr. Jones didn't bring flowers to his wife on her birthday. Oh dear, Mr. Jones is in big trouble. Number 3. The student didn't read the book before class. Bad student. Number 6. The postman didn't work last Monday, but it wasn't a bank holiday. Okay, so we have the form wasn't here. Clearly this is irregular because wasn't does not use the auxiliary did. So here is a quick note on that. To be, was does not take did in the negative or questions. We will discuss this exception later. Quick test for questions. Pause, answer, come back. Are you ready? Number 1. Where did the French president live? Number 2. Why did George go home? Number 3. Did the boy read the instructions? Let's go on. For this exercise, you have to transform the statements into questions. Again, pause the video. Are you ready? Number 1. Mary made a steak pie. Becomes, did Mary make a steak pie? Number 2. Everybody ate it. Becomes, did everybody eat it? Nobody liked it. Okay, this is a little bit nasty of me. Did anybody like it? With a question, you use anybody, not nobody. Number 4. Hamish McGregor went back to Scotland in May. That was more or less a Scottish accent. Did Hamish McGregor go back to Scotland in May? Number 5. I'm not going to do a Welsh accent. Megan Jones bought a handsome bicycle. Did Megan Jones buy a handsome bicycle? I should explain, Hamish McGregor is a very Scottish sounding name and Megan Jones is a Welsh sounding name. 6. Manchester City lost the football match. Did Manchester City lose the football match? I hope so. Shh. The match began late. Becomes, did the match begin late? So let us discuss exceptions to the rule. Which verbs don't take did in the negatives and questions? As we saw, to be. There are also modal verbs. Verbs like can, must, should, may, will, would, might. Let's look at to be. In the positive, he was, they were. In the negative, he wasn't or was not, they weren't. Question, was he, were they? So you can see for the negative, you simply add not, and in the question, you invert the subject and the verb. He was becomes was he. More exceptions to the rules. They could, it should, I may, we would. In the negative, they couldn't, could not. It shouldn't, should not. I may not, mayn't is not said. We wouldn't, would not. So again, for the questions, the principle is that of inversion. They could, in the positive becomes could they. It should it. I may I. We would we. Simple. Inversion.